Hey guys, good to see you. It's Ryan here with DP Marketing.Services and author on the book on digital marketing for plumbing and HVAC contractors. Hope you're good, staying safe, all those fun things. Coming at you with the video, it's a little bit kind of into weeds on a really specific thing that for some reason a lot of guys ask about. There's some misinformation. It's not trivial. It's not like life changing. It's just there's a lot of banter. So I figured we'd just kind of chime in here. So really, we get a lot of questions about people asking, does it matter if their domain name has like the word plumbing or the word heat and air or electrical or whatever in there? Does it matter for Google? So think johnsplumbingcompany.com, right? So the longer answer is, previously, like 5-10 years ago, the words in the domain were very important for Google. It was one of the known ranking factors. So if you had John's Plumbing, it would rank better than if you had johnsph.com if you did plumbing and heating. So having the keyword in your URL had an SEO value. As time has gone on, Google's gotten smarter and smarter about what they understand about a website. So if your website's already established, if Google already has an index, it already is crawling, and you already have ranking for certain things, the name of your website domain really doesn't matter. You could call it John's Plumbing and Heating, John's Plumbing, John's PH, Johns.com. You could say Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory.com. If Google has that index, it's kind of disregarding now the name of the domain. So for those people who are thinking like, oh, I really want to change the domain, but I don't want to hurt this or that, if you have an established website, that's likely not a significant factor. There are other SEO factors, like making sure that you keep the previous domain and migrate all those and do the redirections so that all the inbound authority you had on the previous domain is counted towards your new one. Like there's things you want to do, but don't make a decision just because you're trying to make Google happy. If anything, I would encourage you to make a decision because it's easier for customers. So put the customers at the center of your decision process. If your customers remember John's PH easier than John's Plumbing, or if Johns.com is easier, whatever, right? Do whatever is easier for your customers. Whatever works on your apps, whatever works on your billboards, whatever works for your customers, do it. Google will catch up and learn. Now, here's the caveat. If you noticed all these examples I said, if you have an established website. If you have a brand new website, if you're a startup, if you going into business for the first time, if you just bought a new business that doesn't have a website and you're launching one, whatever, then the name of the domain does help Google get clues to what the content is before it's fully indexed, before it's fully ranking. So it might speed up their kind of understanding by maybe a year or two as far as helping kind of really sort out what's where. So if you're coming up with a really trendy name like Johns.com on a startup, Google might not have the information it needs to understand that, oh, you do plumbing and heating, right? So that all to say, if you're established business, if you already have a site that's indexed by Google, Google already understands it, feel free to change your domain name without real massive implications. Again, there are some SEO things you need to do to actually do that migration well. Like there's some devil in the details there. But as far as the end of the day of what domain you're picking, it doesn't really matter. Just pick one that works for your customer and you'll be good. But if you're a new business, totally yes. Find a domain that has plumbing, heating, AC, whatever. Find something that helps Google have that sort of context, because that will help them index your property faster, and then ultimately that'll help you faster. So I know it's a little weird application, but for some reason a lot of guys are asking this question lately, so I don't know why. But I would like to hear your comments below. If you have any comments, if you're like, man, that's a whole bunch of something I never cared about. Totally get it. But I would love to hear from you. So leave a comment below. As always, guys, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and good to see you. We'll see you next time.